Okay, bonjour class. I just wanted to kind of review what we did the last couple of days last week. Aujourd'hui, c'est lundi, le 10 septembre. These couple of things that we did last week were, I think, last Thursday and Friday. So the first thing we did was we went over our ER verbs, which the PowerPoint, and I think I even did a video on how to conjugate them, on conjugating regular ER verbs. I gave a list, all right, which you can see here, and I had the students glue them onto page 15 of their notebook, and then we copied down the notes from one of the slides, which it's very easy to see here what we do. And then I had them highlight the verbs that end in GER because those are a little bit different when we conjugate them. So we did this, we glued this onto page 15, and then we copied down notes at the bottom from the slide. All right, the next thing that we did was, hang on, we did what we call a Foursquare, all right, where I gave a blank handout and we did this together, and I had them choose any ER verb from the previous list that you saw, except for the verbs that ended in GER. Here I have regarder. We dropped the ER, we just put the stem here, we put our endings here, and then we came over here and we conjugated the verb again, both in French and in English, okay? To show the stuff that went inside the boot, we don't pronounce the endings. And then over here I had them write sentences using the subject pronouns. Now here you see I wrote a sentence with all the subject pronouns, but I had them just choose one subject pronoun and write a sentence. And then I came over here and I drew a picture that represented the verb. So we did that one. And this we glued onto page 16. I had them folded in half and glue one half onto page 16. So that was the next thing we did. Then, after that, we looked at verbs that ended in GER. Now, this picture is a little bit blurry, but it's manger. The reason why we separated these out was because since these verbs have a G in it, like this one, manger, everything was the same except for the new form. The new form, we had to add an extra E. And the reason why was because the G normally in French is a hard G unless the letter E or the letter I follows it. Okay, as you can see, this has an E. And then all of these endings, look at what all of these endings begin with. They end in E. The only one that doesn't is O and S, the new form. So in order for the G not to sound like a G sound, you have to add an E when you conjugate it. So you have manger, je mange, tu manges, il mange, elle mange, on mange. Il mange, elle mange. And then here, if we didn't have that E, it would be nous mangeons. And you see how if we didn't have the E, it wouldn't sound like the rest of them. So the French add the E to make that G a J sound. So nous mangeons, vous mangez. And then again, I had them choose a subject pronoun and make a sentence. Of course, I did all 8 here, and then drew a picture that represented the verb. So we did that. Then the next thing we did was this was just with pre-AP. I haven't done it with my regular French 2s yet, but you'll be getting this soon, the French 2s. But with my pre-AP, I gave them a list of what I call sentence starters. Le matin, which means in the mornings. L'après-midi, in the afternoons. Le soir, in the evenings. Le lundi, le mardi, on Mondays, on Tuesdays. And of course, you can continue on with le mercredi, le jeudi, le vendredi, le samedi, le dimanche, because you put le in front of it, it means that day every week. Le weekend, on the weekends. En été, in summer. En hiver, in winter. En automne, in fall. Au printemps, in spring. Quand il fait beau, when it's nice weather. Quand il pleut, when it rains. Quand il fait chaud, when it's hot. Quand il fait froid, when it's cold. Au lycée, at school. Chez moi, at home. So these I call sentence starters because I feel like if we have something to begin our sentences with, it helps us create better sentences using our French. And when we have le in front of the days of the week or parts of the day, all that means is that an activity, we may do an activity on a regular basis on that particular, like every morning we brush our teeth, maybe, or every morning we eat breakfast. It's just a way of saying that some things we do on a regular basis during that part of the day. Same thing here. Maybe there's something particular that you do every Monday. So le lundi would indicate every Monday, or on Mondays, I do band practice. Okay, je fais de la fanfare. So anyway, this is what we did with pre-AP last week, and the regular French 2s will also get this list sometime this week, but I wanted to go ahead and show it to you. All right, I believe that is all that we did, so I am going to stop, and I will see you later. Thank you.